Welcome to my Sword with a guide for World vs World PvP on PvE. This guide is for both beginners and more experienced players, and it will include build, gear, skill review, rotation, combo tips, how to fight versus each class, how to play in PvP, and how to set keybindings and settings. You can find the table of contents with all timers in description. Subtitles are available in multiple languages, feel free to activate them on the YouTube settings. Let's start with the build. This build can be used in all game modes and is extremely powerful. You have insane sustain, healing, mobility, boon uptime and good damage. In water I take 1-3-1. I go for Soothing Ice. When you are critically hit, you will gain a Frost Aura that reduces incoming damage by 10%, and it also chills foes that hit you. In addition, you gain a free random regeneration which will also cure one condition. Aquamancer's Training is the best choice with Sword, because it lowers the cooldown on Water 2, which is by far your best skill. On top of that, it increases of 10% your DPS when you are at maximum HP. Finally, I take Cleansing Water. It's your most important trait. It's mandatory and it's the only way you have to cure conditions. Basically, each time you gain regeneration, you cure a condition. Here are all the skills that give you regeneration and cure a condition. Detonate your Frost Aura, Water 3, Switch in Water Attunement, Soothing Ice Water Trait, Water 2. This means that all these skills in the Water Attunement will cure condition. Thanks to Water Trait, you can deal easily with condition damage. Minor traits in water will provide you insane heal, and scales very good with healing power. Soothing Mist heals for 200 each second, but you also heal your team with Healing Ripple, which will heal both you and your team for 2000 each time you attune to water. As an Elementalist, leaving an attunement leaves a cooldown on it for about 8 seconds. As a Weaver, it's only 4 seconds. This means that you can use this trait to heal each 4 seconds. That's massive healing. The water specialization is mandatory to heal and to cure condition. Now we take the Arcane specialization, which will provide you insane boons and even more healing. First, I'm taking Arcane 3-1. With Arcane Abatement, you get 400 heal each time you swap attunements. It's a cool free heal. You also cast a spell when taking fall damage, which can be useful in World vs World, as you can get free Fire Field or Air Field to combo with. Elemental Contingency is a must-have, because it's the only way to get Retaliation on Fury Boon, two very powerful offensive boons. It's also free Vigor and free Protection. A great trait, so always take it. Evasive Arcana is a must-have with this build. You cast a specific skill when you dodge based on your current attunement. The two best skills are in Water and Earth. You gain a free heal while dodging in Water, it also cures two conditions. And in Earth you gain a Blast to use into your Fire Field or Water Field. You also can notice that the skill created by dodging will proc your healing signet, as it counts as a skill, so it's an extra 300 free heal. The Arcane specialization is the best way to gain insane boons. The Arcane Prowess minor traits give you might stacks each time you switch attunements. Elemental Contingency gives you boons each time you get hit. Elemental Attunement is your best minor trait, with which you gain a specific boons each time you change attunements: Might, Regeneration, Swiftness and Protection. You also share these boons with your team. Finally, on Weaver, I take 3-3-3 or 3-3-2. Master's Fortitude is a must-have if you are wielding a sword, because it's a free 200 vitality, which means 2000 free maximum HP. It's great. Here is my HP without the trait, and here it's with the trait. I take Bolstered Elements, which gives you a free stability each time you use a stance skill, so you are nearly permanently under stability. In addition, you gain lesser stun resonance when struck below 50% HP, which will provide you insane amount of barrier. Here are all the skills that provide stability thanks to this trait. Primordial Stance, which you can use twice. Twist of Fate, which you can use twice, your elite skill. And lesser stun resonance, which you also gain thanks to this trait. Also gives you stability when you are hit under 500% HP. Invigorating Strikes. Gain vigor when using a dual attack, and gain a barrier each time you dodge. I use this trait in World vs. World on PvE because the sustain is insane. Look. You gain nearly 2000 barrier each time you dodge. Thanks to the Vigor boon, you are able to dodge more often. And thanks to the superior Sigil of Energy, you regain half of your endurance when you swap weapons. You cannot swap weapon as Elementalist, but here is a trick. Switching attunements counts as a weapon swap, so this sigil works perfectly on Elementalist. You will have more dodges and more barriers thanks to this trait. Woven Stride is a must-have in PvP, because there are a lot of condition builds to deal with. Thanks to this trait, each time you gain swiftness, you gain regeneration. And remember, with water trait, each time you gain regeneration, you cleanse a condition. This means that these skills, Switch Air, Air 1, Air 2, Air Dagger 5, and Twist of Fate also cure one condition. This is insane. That's all for the trait. Now let's have a look at the gear. This is the optimal build. I am using martial stats, power, healing power, precision and condition damage. My build benefits a lot from healing power because there are so many ways to heal. You will reach 1000 healing power, which allow you to sustain a lot and support your team. The other stats, power, condition damage and precision, are very offensive, allowing to have a good DPS. In addition, I am using celestial stats on the backpack and on 2 armor pieces. This will add all stats, including vitality and toughness, which you cannot find on martial stats. Finally, I use a Crusader amulet to add even more toughness. Thanks to this optimal build, you will have very balanced stats, both offensive and defensive. But this gear is not easy to earn, so you can also use my budget build, which is easier to get, full celestial. You will have a bit less damage, but will be tankier. In World vs. World, I use the superior rune of leadership. This rune will offer you bonus to all stats, but also lots of boon duration increase, which synergize with arcane specialization boons. In addition, when you use your elite skill, you will convert conditions into boons. This rune is the best choice for Weaver, in all game modes. If you want a more defensive alternative, you can use Rune of Durability. On the Swordman hand, I'm using the Superior Sigil of Energy. With it, you regain half of your endurance when you swap weapons. You cannot swap weapons as Elementalist, but remember the trick is to switch attunements, which counts as a weapon swap. So this sigil works perfectly with Elementalist. Half of your endurance is 1 extra dodge, each 9 seconds. 1 more dodge means 1 more skill thanks to Evasive Arcana, the Arcane Specialization trait. 1 more dodge also means more barrier. Remember, you gain barrier each time you dodge, thanks to Weaver trait. This sigil is mandatory for Weaver. On the off hand, I am using a sigil of concentration to increase even more my boon duration. Thanks to this sigil and thanks to the leadership runes, we will have 55% boon duration, which strongly synergize with this build boon's output. You also can use Sigil of Hydromancy as budget low-cost alternative. What about PvP? I also use Rune of Leadership, the best rune for Weaver. I use Mender's Amulet, which offers insane healing power, good vitality, and good offensive stats. You cannot use a Martial Amulet because it would lack of vitality in PvP. I use the Sigil of Courage, which is the best way to gain Might boon on DPS, and of course Sigil of Energy to gain more dodge. For PvE open world, you can use the Rune of the Pack, a very offensive rune. You also can use the Sigil of Energy, and the Hydromancy Sigil, an offensive melee sigil, that damages the enemy when you switch attunements. Finally, what about the food? The best food you can use is the red lentil and flattered fist. It will reduce incoming condition duration and buff all your stats. You can buy it on the trading post. Sadly, this is extremely expensive, about 3 gold. So you can buy the budget version, the Dragon Star Cake. I use potions of Karka toughness to buff my toughness and be more tanky. You can get it from a merchant in a specific map, Southern Cove. But you can use the offensive alternative buyable on trading post, Tin of Fruit Cake. Now you know everything about the build and gear, here's a very quick reminder of how Weaver works. Weavers can be attuned to 2 elements at once. When attuning to a new element, the current main hand attunement switches to the off hand, while the new attunement is placed on the main hand. You can attune to the same element twice in a row, resulting in a typical single attunement skill bar. The first thing to note is this bar below your attunement. The first half of the bar shows your primary attunement, and the second half your secondary attunement. The first 3 skills are based on your main hand weapon and primary attunement, while your 4 and 5 skills are based on your off-hand and secondary attunement. Your 3 skill is based on your main hand weapon, but both attunements. So, if you are on water-fire or fire-water, your third skill will be always dual attack. Let's make a skill review together of Sword Dagger Weaver. Sword Fire 1. Sword auto attacks are Overwatch at best, only use them while waiting on other cooldowns. All sword auto attacks are 3 skill long chains. Using another skill will reset the chain. Skill 1 and 2 takes 0.5 seconds. Skill 3 takes 0.75 seconds. Skill 2 and 3 hit harder, so you should try always use at least the first 2. You can swap attunements while channeling the skill to save time. Sword Fire 2. High damage on a low cooldown with burn on impact. You jump 2 and then deal damage to an enemy. If they stay targeted, you will land on them even if they move. The start of the jump is a leap combo. Cast it in a fire field like Dagger Fire 4 for a fire aura, or in a water field like Sword Water 2 for heal. The landing drops a fire field for 2 seconds. Combo it with a leap like Sword Air 2 for a fire aura, or blast it with Sword Earth 2, Dagger 4, Dagger 5 for area might. Sword Fire 3. As a Weaver, you only have access to this skill if you double attune to fire. However, you should avoid double attuning as it wastes time being stuck with the same element. Fire 3 is a great DPS skill dealing more damage to targets with burn. You can engage while double attuned for access to this skill, then start your normal attunement rotation. Sword Water 1. This is the worst auto attack chain as it has low DPS and very minor healing. Only use it if you are stuck in water waiting for cooldowns and you need some heal. Unfortunately, the heal only procs if you hit a target. Sword Water 2. Best Weaver skill ever. Provides the 2-second evade, invulnerable, heals, and places a water field for your lips and blasts. Also provides regeneration boon which clean 1 condition. The water field lasts for 4 seconds. There is a skill in every other attunement you can combo with it for heal, Fire 2, Air 2, Earth 2, Earth 4, Earth 5. You also can dodge, while attuned to Earth inside the field for a blast and heal. Sword Water 3. This skill is useless. Minor healing, low DPS and the heal only procs if you hit an enemy. Never double attune to water, this skill isn't worth it. Sword Air 1. Second hit will apply Swiftness boon, which will cure 1 condition thanks to Weaver trait. Air is the best auto attack. Biggest DPS and speed boon to cure condition. You can swap attunements while channeling the skill to save time. Sword Air 2. An excellent skill with 600 range teleport to target. It's also a leap combo, so you can use it inside the fire field, like Sword Fire 2, Dagger Fire 4, for a fire aura, or inside a water field like Sword Water 2 for heal. You can target creatures on walls in Wall vs. Sword with it for mobility. You can use it to teleport through walls. Sword Air 3. As a Weaver, you only have access to this skill if you double attune to air. This is the best double attune skill and the only one worth using. If you are chasing an enemy while attuned to air and something else, you can double attune to air and use Dagger 4 or Sword 2 to catch up, and then Sword 3 to kill. You can engage while double attuned for access to these skills and start your normal attunement rotation. Sword Earth 1. This auto attack has low DPS and applies a stack of bleed. The last hit slows the enemy with cripple. You can swap attunements while channeling this skill to save time. Sword Earth 2. Excellent skill, good DPS and applies bleed and cripple. It's also a blast finisher, so you can combo it with a fire field like Sword Fire 2 Dagger Fire 4 for might, or with water field like Sword Water 2 for heal. It's also an evade, so you can use it to dodge or to avoid burst damage. You can use it to proc a Spellbreaker's full counter without taking any damage due to the evade. Sword Earth 3. As a Weaver, you only have access to this skill if you double attune to Earth. However, you should avoid double attuning as it wastes time being stuck with the same element. This is a high DPS skill that also applies lots of bleed. Unfortunately, you are routed while channeling and the hitbox is small, so it works best if you control the enemy beforehand. You can engage while double attuned for access to this skill, then start your normal attunement rotation. Sword Fire Earth 3. Dual skills are way more available than core skills 3. They also apply barrier due to one of your traits. This is a great skill, both defensively and offensively. It provides a massive amount of barrier, while outputting DPS and burn each second at a very close range. You can start a fight in Fire Earth and activate it as you engage. It mitigates enemy damage due to barrier while continually burning them. Sword Fire Water 3. A good DPS skill, applies both burn and chill. It hits twice with the second hit dealing more damage. Like most sword skills, it has a very short range, so you have to stick to the enemy. Sword Fire Earth 3. An extremely high DPS skill that is very hard to pull off correctly. When you hit an enemy, it creates a field underneath them that pulses DPS and burn 8 times. The field is extremely small, so if the enemy moves, you won't hit them all 8 times. You should use this skill on enemies that cannot move, when they are controlled, immobilized, or raising or downed. The range is very short, so you will miss if the enemy is moving or too far away. If you hit 2 enemies, you create 2 fields. These fields can hit both enemies, 16 hits and 16 burn stacks. Sword Earth Air 3. A very powerful skill DPS, plus 5 stacks of both bleed and vulnerability, and a short control. This skill is quite hard to connect with as it only has a short range. Great for controlling enemies who are raising or immobile. The control duration is too short to drop your full DPS rotation. However, you do have enough time to cast your Elite. Your Elite is a 2.5 second control that is easy to dodge due to its animation. If you use this skill first, it's a lot easier to connect with your Elite for a combined 4 second control, giving you and your team time to DPS. Sword Earth Water 3. Another very powerful skill, high DPS with bleed and vulnerability. This is one of your 2 600 range skills that let you DPS from a distance. Be careful, it's a projectile, so it can be reflected. Thanks to the range, you can proc full counter from Spellbreaker while avoiding damage. Sword Air Water 3. A good skill, average DPS with chill. This is your other 600 range skill that lets you DPS from a distance. Be careful, it's a projectile also, so it can be reflected. It also hits multiple enemies. Thanks to the range, you can proc full counter from Spellbreaker while avoiding damage. Dagger Fire 4. An excellent skill, high DPS on 2 stacks of burns on cast. Crossing the field results in an additional burn stack. This skill leaves a fire field for 5 seconds. Combo with the leap, Sword Air to Sword Fire 2 for Fire Aura, or Blast it with Sword Earth to Dagger Earth 4 or 5 for Might. Dagger Fire 5. Tons of DPS in a cone in front of you. Deals greatly increased damage to foes with burn, so make sure to burn them first with other skills. Dagger Water 4. Reduce incoming damage by 10% during 4 seconds, with an instant cast. Chill enemies for 2 seconds each time they hit you. Can be used defensively or offensively. If activated right after an enemy heals, or attunes auto if you are fighting an Elementalist, their heal skill will recharge 40% slower due to chill. When your Frost Aura is active, you can detonate it to heal Unclean One condition. Use it just before the end of the aura to heal yourself or your team. Dagger Water 5. Heal skill that also cleans 2 condition. It also affects allies, so use it in teamfight if your team needs help. Dagger Air 4. Great skill with great mobility. Use it for engaging or disengaging. Be careful, you'll still take damage while using this skill and you won't move if you have been immobilized. Engaging. You can use it to catch up with enemies. If you hit your target, the cooldown will be 15 seconds instead of 30 seconds. Disengaging. You can also use it to disengage if you need to escape or heal. Dagger Air 5. Excellent skill with a long cooldown. It's an instant cast, 2-second control with a 1-second evade. Use it offensively for DPS on controls and combo it with Fire 2 to catch them. Or use it defensively by controlling enemies before escaping or for dodging attacks. Remember, you can't dodge when immobilized, but you can use evade skills. The evade will be in the opposite direction of the targeted enemy. You can use it to escape too. Dagger Earth 4. Grid skill, average DPS on the grid control. It's also a blast finisher. Use it offensively for DPS on control to set up your other DPS skill. Or use it defensively for controlling enemies as you make your escape. It's a blast finisher, so use it inside the fire field, Sword Fire 2, Dagger Fire 4 for might, or in water field, Sword Water 2 for healing. Dagger Earth 5. Your highest DPS skill also applies lots of bleed. It has a long cast time and an obvious animation, making it easy to avoid, and leaving you vulnerable while casting. To prevent this, use the teleport combo. Start channeling away from your enemies and lightning flash to them just before the channel finishes. It's a blast finisher, so use it inside the fire field, like Sword Fire 2, Dagger Fire 4 for might, or in water field, like Sword Water 2 for healing. Healing skill, Signet of Restoration. The best heal skill. Scales great with healing power. Passive effect, heal for a small amount, 300 with 1000 healing power. Whenever you activate a skill, switch attunement, dodge with evasive arcana threat. Active effect, you should never use the active effect unless you are about to die, because the passive is 4 times stronger. You should always spam your auto attack as it heals you thanks to the passive effect, even if you don't hit anything, better than just running away or not contributing. Utility skill, Lightning Flash, a 900 range teleport. This skill has no activation time and can be cast while channeling a different skill without interrupting it. This lets you combo it with your high damage skills or control skills to make them undodgeable. You can also use it to escape. It will work when you are stunned, but it won't break the stun. Utility skill, Primordial Stance. Pulse conditions near you depending on your attunement. The skill has 2 charges, Fire Burn, Water Chill, Air Vulnerability and Earth Bleed. When dual attuned, it pulses both conditions. The best combination is Fire and Air. Burn is the strongest condition and you can reach up to 25 vulnerability for greatly increased DPS. In addition, this skill applies stability thanks to your threats. Because of its low cooldown, you almost always have stability. Use it to safely stomp enemies without being interrupted. Utility skill, Twist of Fate. Your life savior. It's a stun break with a 1 second evade on 2 charges. Don't waste it. Use it when you are controlled or need to escape. It also applies super speed for a short amount of time and cures the condition thanks to a threat. In addition, using this skill provides stability thanks to another threat. Elite skill, Weave Self. Temporarily reduce the recharge time of your attunements while gaining bonuses for attuning to new elements. You have 20 seconds to attune to all 4 elements in order to get the tailored victory skill. Allows you to switch attunements more often, giving you more boons and gain bonus to condition damage, boon duration, super speed and toughness. Due to your leadership runes, this elite also converts 2 condition into boons. In addition, using this skill provides stability thanks to Weaver trait. When should you use your elite? As soon as you find yourself in a difficult fight, most of the boons are defensive. This is also the perfect elite for fighting condition builds. Casting the elite converts 2 conditions into boons, and the elite decreases attunement cooldowns, letting you swap into water and air issue for more condition cleans. Tailored Victory. Once you gathered all 4 attunements, you get a 10 seconds to use Tailored Victory. It's a massive 2.5 seconds control skill with an obvious animation that makes it easy to dodge. Use a different control skill before your elite for a 4 seconds of control, then use that time to DPS. The control lasts for longer than it takes to channel Dagger Earth 5, so combo them together for a devastating combo. The control is unblockable, so you can use it versus Warrior Shield 5 or Chronomorph Shield 4. Elite skill, Firegreed Sword. An alternative elite skill with more DPS and mobility. You can also use it defensively with skill 3, Evade, and skill 4, when you are not targeting anyone for escape. Skill 1 is a high DPS auto attack, usable from any side. Skill 3 has high DPS and is an evade. Use it into a wall to get all the DPS sticks or use it to escape. Skill 4 can be used with a target for lots of DPS, or when you aren't targeting anyone to escape or move faster. Skill 5 is a very long AoE that hits up to 10 people, very useful versus big groups in World vs. World. Attunement Rotation. As soon as available, each 4 seconds you should switch attunement. To get boons thanks to Arcana trait, to gain new skills that are not on cooldown, to combo with the skills, and to heal on clean condition. When you are on a specific attunement, which attunement should you be next and why? Let's check this together. Why should I go fire? If you want to DPS, going fire will also give you 120 power thanks to with a minor trait, and also some might. If you need a fire field, you can blast or leap inside to get might or fire aura. If you need a leap combo, you can leap inside the fire field to get fire aura or inside the water field to heal. Where should I go after fire? Air to DPS, earth to DPS on tank, water, avoid it, unless you need heal in emergency. If you go air after fire, you gain access to DPS skills, both power and condition damage. You can cast Fire 2 to create a fire field, then switch air and use air to inside to gain fire aura. If you go earth after fire, you gain access to DPS skills, both power and condition damage. You are also more tanky. You can cast Fire 2 to create a fire field, then switch earth and use earth to inside to gain might stack. And if you go water after fire, you don't have any combo available. You have one water field and one fire field. Switch water after fire only if you need heal in emergency. Why should I go water? If you want to heal and avoid damage. Switching water will heal you thanks to water threat. Swords to heals and provides the water field. If you need to cure condition, switching water on sword 2 provides regeneration, which cure one condition thanks to water threat. If you need some range DPS skills, if you are Earth of Air and switch water, your Swiss skill will be a range skills. Where should I go after water? Air to cure condition heal or to fight versus condition build. Earth to heal, tank or to fight versus power build. Fire to DPS. If you go air after water, you gain access to condition cure and heal skills. You can cast water 2 to create a water field, then switch air and use air 2 inside to heal. If you go earth after water, you gain access to DPS, condition cure and heal skills. You can cast water 2 to create a water field, then switch earth and use earth 2 inside to heal. If you go fire after water, you gain access to power DPS skills and heal skills. You can cast water 2 to create a water field, then switch fire and use fire 2 inside to heal. Why should I go air? If you want some mobility. Switching air will provide you swiftness. Sword 2 is a 600 teleport. If you need to cure condition, gaining speed or super speed, clean condition, switch air, R1, R2. If you want to DPS, good auto attack on core sword 3. Where should I go after air? Water to get mobility on escape, clean condition. Earth to control on DPS, fire to DPS. If you go water after air, you gain access to condition cure and heal skills. You have 2 mobile skills, 2 effect skills, 3 condition clean, and no DPS at all. This is very defensive, perfect if you need to escape or to heal versus condition build. If you go earth after air, you gain access to control, evade and condition skills. You have 2 control skills, 2 evade skills, and condition DPS. This is both offensive and defensive, perfect to control or avoid damage. If you go fire after air, you gain access to condition and power DPS skills. You have 1 control skills, 1 mobile skills, and very good DPS. This is offensive, perfect to engage and attack enemy. Why should I go earth? If you want to tank and mitigate damage. Switching earth will provide you protection. Earth Attunement provides 120 toughness. If you want to DPS or condition damage, Sword 2 on auto attacks offers bleeds on DPS. Where should I go after earth? Water to heal on DPS. Air to control DPS and use condition damage. Fire for maximum DPS. If you go water after earth, you gain access to heal on DPS. You can cast water 2 to create a water field, and earth for earth 5 to blast inside for heal onto DPS. If you go air after earth, you gain access to control DPS and condition damage. 3 control skill, bleed condition and good DPS. This is very offensive. And if you go fire after earth, you gain access to insane DPS. You can cast fire 2 to create a fire field, and earth 4 to control earth 5 to blast inside for my stack on 2 DPS. To sum up, you have to switch between offensive rotation and defensive rotation. You can start a fight with offensive attunement like fire air or fire earth. Then, when you are in trouble, if you are fighting a condition build, you can switch to a defensive attunement like water air to clean condition, and then switch to offensive attunement again. If you are fighting a power build and don't need to clean condition, you can heal and tank with water and air attunement, then switch to offensive attunement again. You can repeat this cycle if needed. Now I'm going to show you 10 different combos for Sword Dagger Weaver. This first combo is an easy offensive combo to DPS. First, I use R4 to engage, then R5 to control, Fire 2 to catch up the enemy, Fire R3 to DPS, then I switch R and use R2 to get a Fire Aura into my fire field, Primordial Stance for more burn, Fire 4, Fire 5. This is another combo. Start by casting Fire Earth skill 3 to stack burn and barrier. Primordial stance, and after Fire 2. Use Earth 4 on Earth 5 inside the fire field to control DPS and to stack might. After you can cast Fire 4, it's another fire field. Then switch Earth and dodge inside your fire field for another blast. Use Earth 2 for again another blast. Look at your stack might. 60 might stack on Fire Grab to conclude. Look at the 23 bleed stack. Okay, another combo now even more offensive. You will use a lot of burn stack here. Okay, so first, same thing, I cast Fire Earth skill 3 to stack barrier on burn. You can precast it before the fight. Then Fire 2 to engage, Earth 4 to control and gain might stack. Primordial stance to burn, Fire Air skill 3, then Fire 5. Fire 4, so you put a fire field. Then Air 2 to gain a fire aura inside the fire field. Then switch Earth and dodge inside your fire field and use Earth 2 to gain 6 might stack. Then you can use skill 3 to control. And finally, you can switch fire and cast Earth 5 for a devastating final attack. Another combo to DPS. Okay, so first you can cast Fire 2 to engage. It's a fire field. Then switch Air and use Air 2. You will gain a fire aura. Use Primordial Stance and use Fire Air skill 3 to put a lot of burn. Then Fire 5. Fire 4 to put a fire field. Then switch Earth and dodge into your fire field and use Earth 2 to gain 6 might stack. Then you can use skill 3 to control, Fire 2 to gain another fire aura, since your skill Fire 4 is still there. And now Earth 4 Earth 5 inside your new fire field to gain again might stack. Look at all the might you have. 22 might stack. Okay, another combo to DPS, but this time you start on range. You cast first your elite skill and your water earth skill 3 from range. Okay, so first cast your elite skill. Then use skill 3 to DPS from range. Switch fire and activate your frost aura to mitigate damage. Cast Fire 2 to engage on DPS, then Fire Water 3 to DPS. Switch Earth and use Earth 2 to gain might. Cast Fire Earth 3 to gain burn and barrier. Cast Primordial Stance and Fire 4 to gain a fire field. Then Fire 5 to DPS. Switch Air and use Air 2 to gain a fire field in fire aura into your fire field. then Earth 4 to control, Elite skill to control even more, and to let you use Earth 5 for a devastating final attack. Another DPS combo also using your Elite skill at begin. You can use it versus multiple targets. Okay, so first, activate your Elite skill. You will gain stability to engage on other boons. Cast Fire Earth 3 and Fire 2 to engage, then Earth 2, Primordial Stance. Cast Fire 5, Fire Grab to DPS, and Fire 4 to put a Fire Field. Then dodge inside Fire Field to blast and to gain 3 might stack. Switch air immediately, use Air 2 to gain a Fire Aura. Then Earth 4, Earth 5 to gain 6 might stack to control onto DPS. You can use the teleport combo if your target is already dead to another enemy. Immediately use Air 5 to control and to bump the enemy. And you can use Fire 2 to catch up on Fire Air skill 3 to DPS. Another combo to heal. Dodge in water. Use Earth 2. Escape. Okay, so first I dodge in water to proc my Weaver trait on heal. Then I use Riptide Water 2. I use Earth 2 to blast into my water field. I activate my Frost Aura to mitigate damage. And I use Water 5 to clean condition and to heal. Another combo to heal and escape. I dodge in water. I teleport away fast and use Earth 4 to disengage. Okay, so first switch water, dodge in water, use Water 2, immediately teleport away with Lightning Flash, use Air 4 to go even far. Then switch air, you can use Water 4 to mitigate damage, and Water 5 to heal. Another combo, very efficient if you have to clean condition. First, you have a lot of condition. You can activate your Elite skill to convert condition into boon. Look. Then switch water to cure a condition. Dodge in water to cure another condition and use Water 2 to clean again another condition. You can use Air 4 to catch up the enemy. Air 5 to control and clean another condition. Switch Air 2 into water field and also cure one condition. You can use the auto attack to cure condition. Use Water 4 and Water 5 to again heal and cure condition. Last combo is to both heal then DPS. Okay, so first I cast the Elite skill to get some boon. I use Water 2 to dodge and put a water field to heal. Then I use Earth 4 to control and to heal into my water field and immediately Earth 5. I switch Fire Wall casting Earth 5. And I activate my Frost Aura. Then I immediately use Fire 2. Then Fire Water skill 3 Switch air and use air into your fire field to gain a fire aura. Use fire air skill 3. Fire 5 to DPS. Fire 4 to put fire field. You can blast inside, switch Earth, dodge, and use Earth 2 to gain 6 might stack. Look at all my bull. Then skill 3 to control, which you can connect with your elite skill for even more control. And now you can just finish the enemy, switch fire, and just DPS.
First tips how to stealth. It is not a well-known trick, but Elementalist can stealth. How? Your underwater weapon is a trident. If you look carefully your underwater skill, you will see that the trident Earth, skill 5, creates a smoke field. If you blast or leap combo inside your smoke field, you will be in stealth. You can cast this skill underwater and combo with it, just like here. Blast, I'm in stealth underwater. But the trick is that you also can cast this skill on Earth from underwater. Here, I'm underwater. You have to face the land and use your skill. Then you can see the smoke field here on Earth. You just have to walk to the smoke field and blast. I'm invisible. But you have to know a few things. This skill has a 1200 range if you don't target anyone. But if you target someone, the smoke field will be on him. Also, you may not always see the smoke field on ground, but he will be there. Here, I want to finish my opponent without being controlled. I just cast my trident skill on my target, then use a leap air 2, I'm in stealth. I can now finish him. You also can use stealth to attack your enemy by surprise, like here. I'm using Orimal Blast to get stealth for 10 seconds. I'm on stealth, and I can one-shot them. You also can use stealth to escape from enemy. Here I'm chased by 4 men. I just use my skill, Blast, I'm invisible. This trick is only efficient if there is some water near you, so it's mostly for World vs. World. It won't change your life, but it's really fun because your enemy don't expect you to stealth as Elementalist. So when you disappear, they look so surprised, wondering what happened, did he teleport it to spawn, whatever. It's really fun and it may help you in some very specific situations. But mostly it's just fun to stealth like a thief. So, second tips, how to teleport combo. Lightning Flash is your teleport skill. It's an instant cast skill. This means it will not interrupt your channeling skill. So you can combine this skill with other in a very specific way. Start casting your skill, and just before the end of the skill, use your teleport skill. This works for Dagger Earth 5, Channeling Earth for a devastating one-shot combo like here. It also works with control skills. Here I'm using Sword Dual skill to control. Here I'm using Dagger 4 Earthquake to control. You also can use it with Meteor Shower. Start casting it, then look behind you and teleport back to get safe while casting, because you are very vulnerable while casting this skill. Finally, you also can use this teleport to finish Sith. I want to stomp him, but he teleports. You can follow him with teleport and kill him. That's it. Third trick. You have few skills that do a retreat behind you. You have a trick to go on the opposite side if you want to surprise your enemy or to be faster. This works with Starfire 4, Burning Retreat. The normal skill is like this. Here is with the trick. How does it work? First, go on your settings and check that your use either mouse button to change direction is disabled. Also check your About Face button. I banded with a letter A to make it easily available. Then, hold your left mouse button. You can walk and move the camera. Press the About Face button and immediately activate your skill, and that's it. It also works with Sword Water 2 skill like this. How to use Mist Form. You can use it to revive or to finish someone, while being invulnerable. You just have to start the action, start revive or start finish, then use your skill. You will be immune to damage and to control for 3 seconds and will continue the action you started before. It works only for revive and finish. If you start a skill and use mist form, it will interrupt the skill. How to be invulnerable? You have 3 ways to avoid damage. The first one is skills that provide you invulnerability. You have only one as Elementalist. This is with the focus weapon, which provides you 4 seconds of invulnerability. The second way to avoid damage is your dodge. You have 2 dodge, which provides you 1 second of invulnerability. And the last way to avoid damage is your evade skill. This is very interesting because Elementalist, and especially Weaver, are the class with the most evade skills of the game. Look at the description of the skill. It's written evade. This means you will avoid all incoming damage during the skill like a dodge. This means, for example, you can use your Burning Retreat like a dodge. It's also true for lots of skills, like Sword Water 2, Sword Earth 2, Dagger F5, Dagger Fire 3, and few other skills. These evade skills are free dodge. Keep in mind this. You have some sigils that activates when you swap weapon. But Elementalists can only hold one weapon, so they cannot switch weapon. The trick is that switching attunement counts as a weapon swap. Because you can switch attunement nearly every time, this means that this sigil will be very powerful on Elementalist. Here are some great sigils. Sigil of Energy will provide you an extra dodge each 9 seconds, and Sigil of Concentration will increase your bond duration a lot. There are also lots of other sigils that work like this, but these ones are among the best for PvP on World vs. World. New tips: how to boon stack. You can stack boon before a fight in PvP or World vs. World. Since last update, switching attunement gives you might. And thanks to this Arcana trait, you gain a boon when attuning to an element. So basically, before a fight, while walking, just constantly swap between 2 attunements. The best way is between water and air. Switch water gives you regeneration. Switch air gives you speed, which gives you regeneration thanks to this with a Grandmaster trait. So you can stack speed, regeneration and might before a fight. Also, your elite skill decreases your attunement cooldown from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. This means that you can get twice more boon. Starting a fight with permanent speed and regeneration is a very strong advantage. Remember also that your elite, while being in water, increase your bond duration to make it even more efficient. How to fight versus condition. It's always difficult to fight against a Scourge or a Candy Mesmer. How to deal with condition as Elementalist. You have 3 threats to deal with condition, and they synergize very well. First one is Water Grandmaster trait. You cure 1 condition each time you gain the regeneration boon. You have a second threat, but it will work only if you already have the previous threat from water. Thanks to the Weaver Grandmaster trait, each time you gain speed or super speed, you gain regeneration. And remember, thanks to the previous threat, you cure a condition each time you gain regeneration. And in addition, you have a third threat that also works only if you have the 2 threats before. You gain speed for each dual skill 3 you use. You have 6 different dual skills as a Weaver. So to sum up, with these 3 threats, each time you gain regeneration, speed, super speed, you cure 1 condition. So which skills will cure a condition? Let's check them. You have Dagger Water 5, Dodge in Water, Attune to Water, Attune to Air, Air 1, Sword, Air 2 Sword, Dagger Air 5, Twist and Felt, and you have many others. Just check them. But what is the common point of all these skills? They are all in the air on water attunement. So if you want to cure a condition, just swap between air and water and just use your skills. When you have cured your condition, you can use fire or earth to attack. Then if you need to cure condition again, go back to water and earth, on water and air. All our condition remove are on air and water, so you don't have condition remove at all on fire earth except the dual skill. Okay, here a very basic trick. Switching attunement is instant cast. This means it won't interrupt your skill. So you can start casting a skill and then switch attunement to get ready to cast a specific skill. Or also to get some boon, because you gain boon while swapping attunement. If I want my churning earth to hit harder and be more powerful, I start casting it and then I swap to fire to get some might. Last tips, a meteor shower trick that every World vs. World player should know. Meteor shower is your most powerful skill on staff Elementalist. It has a 1200 range and a long casting time which makes you vulnerable. You can increase to 2000 range thanks to these tips. Cast Staff Fire 4 Burning Retreat and immediately activate Meteor Shower. While Burning Retreat starts his animation. Here I'm casting my Meteor Shower far away from my location, so I'm safer.
How to fight versus a Scourge. Your elite is useful here. Activate it right after the first burst of conditions. It will cleanse 2 conditions and lower your attunement cooldowns, allowing you to attune to air and water more often for condition cleans. Don't stand in their elite skill. Keep the Scourge controlled. Their relatively few sources of stability leave them vulnerable. How to fight versus a Reaper. You should be able to beat Reapers due to their low sustain, just make sure you avoid his Shroud burst. When they are in Shroud, they are extremely dangerous. Avoid melee and dodge or evade their attacks. Prioritize condition damage, they cannot cleanse while in Shroud. If they don't have stability, use your control to prevent them from bursting you. How to fight versus a Spellbreaker. Fighting a Spellbreaker is very hard for multiple reasons. Hard burst DPS, high resistance and stability uptime, tons of control, bone strip and good heals. You can't kill a good Spellbreaker unless they make a mistake. You can avoid a full counter with range or evade skills. Use your elite when the Spellbreaker is using shield 5, the control is unblockable. How to fight versus a thief. You shouldn't die to a thief, you have lots of heals, and you can avoid their attacks with your evade skills. They are very mobile, but so are you. Use your teleport skills to follow them to DPS if needed. How to fight versus a Mesmer. Always focus the real Mesmer, don't attack clones, illusions. Versus Condition Mesmer, same as versus Scourge. Pay attention to Confusion Sword. You spam lots of buttons as a Weaver, making it deadly. Stop skill spamming and cleanse it. Versus Power Mesmer, easier than Condition Mesmer, you just have to avoid their burst as it can one-shot you. Get ready with your Twist of Fate, it's a stun break and evade for 1 second, letting you avoid the burst shatter. How to fight versus Ranger. Always focus the Ranger, not the pet, and try to stay in melee range. If they are using longbow, they are vulnerable to retaliation, as they are skilled to hit multiple times. For retaliation, switch to fire attunement. If they are using Signet of Stone, they'll be immune to power DPS but not to conditions. Versus Druid Tank, you won't kill him, he won't kill you. That's all there is to say. How to fight versus Revenant. Revenants have high DPS and can one-shot you, but they also have low sustain and are very vulnerable to conditions. Avoid and dodge their swords attacks, especially Swords 3. It has high damage and they are invulnerable. The animation is obvious. When a Revenant uses their heal skills, all your attacks will heal them. If you see this buff, stop attacking. Revenants are very vulnerable after their heal is gone. DPS them and drop condition right after it's used. They have low condition cleans. How to fight versus Elementalist. If the Elementalist is playing Zerg Fresh Air Staff, it's an easy kill so long as you avoid his burst. They can one-shot you, be careful. The best tweak for killing Elementalist with sustain is Chill. Chill is extremely powerful versus Elementalist as it lowers the recharge rate of attunements. Use your Chill Frostora as soon as your enemy use Riptide. They will have to wait longer before they can use their next water heal. Versus Sword with a tank, you won't kill him, he won't kill you, that's all there is to say. How to fight versus Holosmith. You should win versus Holosmith due to their low sustain. You just have to avoid their photon bursts. In photon mode, Holosmiths are extremely powerful, make sure to dodge their attacks. Your priority is to evade their elite skill on their photon skill 5, Holo Shockwave. How to fight versus Guardian. Versus Dragon Hunter or Crown Guardian, you should be able to win, but be careful, Guardians can deal heavy damage with skill combos. They are vulnerable when their virtues are on cooldown, and when their elite, that recharge virtues, is on cooldown. Versus Firebrand tank, you won't kill him, he won't kill you, that's all there is to say. How to win PvP. Here are 10 tips for you. At the beginning, where should I go? Close. If you know an enemy is likely to cross you, you can tank them forever on point. If no enemies cross, you can cap close and quickly move to decap far with your mobility skills. Mid. As a weaver, you are good at dueling, fighting outnumbered, and in teamfights. Most of your heals and boons are shared with allies, and you can use your elite for mass condition conversion. Far. You can quickly cross to prevent the enemy from capping. If it's a thief, there you can easily kill and cap. Afterwards or otherwise, you can hold it outnumbered. When should I 1 versus 1 in PvP? If the node is yours, and you have to defend it. If the node is neutral to prevent them from capping. If the node is the enemy's, but you will be able to win and decap it quickly, mainly versus thief or mercenary. Never duel a tank on his own node, it's a waste of time. When should I 2 versus 1 in PvP? The only time you should 2 versus 1 is if you are attacking an enemy node and you know you can quickly get the kill. If an ally is defending a node 1v1, unless he needs help to survive, don't go. Don't waste time. 2 versus 1 a tank you cannot kill. Fight outnumbered as often as possible. If you are fighting 1 versus 2 or 2 versus 3, the enemy team will be outnumbered somewhere else, letting your team map up. The best thing you can do is to tank your own node 1 versus 2, however it's better to escape and survive than die on a node. The most important thing is not to die. Kite, escape if needed. In a team fight, heal buff your allies. Most of your heals are shared with allies. If you see your team life getting low, switch to or dodge while in water to heal them. Activating your elite will cure your nearby allies' condition. Also remember that when you switch attunements, you buff your team. In teamfight, use your control skills. You have average DPS, but most importantly, you have the class with the most access to control in the game. Use your control skills in teamfight to stop enemies from DPSing or to make them vulnerable for your team to finish off. You can even control near down-hidden players to stop anyone from reviving them. Save your mobile skills for escaping. You have 3 skills for disengaging, they'll save you on your life in PvP when you need to escape fast. You can use R2 offensively, but you should save your teleport on R4 in case of you need them to escape. Don't use them for combo DPS unless you are sure that the fight is won. You can also use your evade skills to escape and avoid damage. Mobility skills, alternative uses. If you don't need to escape, you can use your mobility skills to move faster, to prevent your nodes from being decapped, to chase a nearly dead enemy who is escaping. Swords, R2 tricks in PvP. You can teleport through walls with Sword R2. Use it to take enemies by surprise. You can also use it to bait your enemy so he won't see you if you time it at the good moment. Never give up. Some people AFK rage quit to stop playing when the PvP match is going badly. A match isn't won until the 500 point. You can fully wipe the other team and cap all nodes. On the other hand, even if you are winning by a lot, the enemy can still come back, so be careful.
I'm going to comment some outnumbered World vs World gameplay on my short dagger Weaver. I focus the Weaver because his Erg staff so easy to kill. I precast Earth 5, then use teleport on the Weaver. Then I use Fire 2, he's already dead. Sadly, I'm unable to stomp because there are way too many people. Now everyone is chasing me, so I need to escape. I use my evade skills, Water 2, Twist of Fates, Dodge to avoid all attack. Then I use Air 4 to disengage far away. They are still chasing me. I use Water 2, Earth 2 to blast inside my water field. I cast Lava Skin to get some barriers, then I go to the cliff. I fake jump off the cliff while casting Air 2 with a targeted enemy behind me. I teleport away and the warrior is falling down. They are still numerous, so I need to run away. I use Primordial Stance to get stability so my Earth 5 won't be interrupted. Then teleport to the Weaver, he's very low and he dies quickly thanks to condition. I use Fire to Earth 2 to blast inside my fire field. The Weaver is using Mist Form, so I follow him to DPS. I try to DPS him, but I get control and I'm very low. I got no defensive skill available, so I use Dodge 2 times to avoid attack and gain some barrier. Then I use Water 2 and I can go on. I use Air 2 on enemy to go faster, then immediately dodge on Air 4 to go away. In this fight I am 1 vs 3, a Druid, not a Smith and a Thief. I use my Fire Earth skills to DPS. Then I use Water 2, Earth 5 inside. I teleport on the Thief. He is low, so I keep DPS him. He's down. I use my control skills to prevent any raise. I keep DPS him, and when he is dead, I now focus the Holosmith biggest DPS. I use Fire 2, Bump with Updrive, Air 4 to come back, and Fire Air 3. He's very low. I use Air 2 to teleport on him, then Fire 2, he's down. Sadly, a Mesmer is adding, and I'm unable to stomp. I keep DPS Holosmith, but I made a mistake and switched target to the Bunker Druid. I realized his heal was too big for me, so I came back to Holosmith. And he is quickly down. I immediately use Earth 4 to control to prevent Druid from raising him. Then I use Fire Air 3, which is extremely powerful versus DoNotD raising people because they cannot move. They are both dead thanks to burning. In this fight, I am 1 vs 4. I focus the Spellbreaker because he is more aggressive. Most important is to dodge his dagger attack and his control skills. But Holosmith controls me with his Elite, and I am immobilized, so I cannot dodge and I am very vulnerable. I use Water 5 to clean conditions and dodge on evade. I teleport away to put some distance to Spellbreaker and to regain life. I target the Druid to teleport to him with Air 2 and use Water 2 to come back, and Air 4 to go away. I just want to gain time so my cooldown will come back, before attacking again. I use Water 2 and Earth 4 to control on Earth 5. I immediately dodge after to avoid his full counter, and to go outside of his bubble, because it makes me losing my boon and even need boon to survive. I use Fire Force and immediately R2 to gain Fire Aura. I use R4 to join him, he run away, so I precast Fire 2 and teleport to him. Immediately Fire Water 3 is down. Sadly, I don't have any control skill to prevent them to raise, and there are too many for me. I go away and come back with Water 2, Earth 4, Earth 5, then I use Evade to go away. Bat, Holosmith Elite, again, control me. I use Water 2 to evade, Elite skill to control everyone, and to allow me to go away with Air 4. I use my range skill Water Air 3 to attack Spellbreaker behind me and to activate his full counter far from me. Then I come back and attack the Ranger who is not tanky at all. I use again the Water 2 Earth 4 5 combo. Then I attack the Ranger. He tries to escape, so I use R2 to fall him. He's down. I use R5 to control and prevent anyone to raise. I keep using my DPS and condition and control skill on the DoNotD to prevent the weapon from raising him. I use a last time the Water 2 Earth 4 5 combo, and the Reaper is dead too, but my life is low because there is a boar range on the wall attacking me. I just need to heal and DPS the DoNotD, and the fight is won. In this fight, I am versus a Scourge. I go outside his elite to prevent my boon being corrupted. I cast my own elite to convert condition into boon thanks to leadership rune. I use Water 2 Earth 5 combo with teleport. Another Scourge is coming, I keep focus the first one. I apply burn, then use Fire Grab. He's down. I use my elite to control the other Scourge so he cannot raise him. I keep using control skills on DPS to avoid any raise and kill the DoNotD Scourge. He's dead, but 3 other players are coming, so I must go away. I use my evade skills, but I got controlled. I teleport away to avoid burst. Then I target enemy behind me and use R2 to teleport behind or immediately change direction and use R4 to disengage. I use Water 2 to evade the Scourge Shade. I'm now safe, on full health. I can be more aggressive. I use Earth 5 teleport combo on Scourge. He is very low. He tries to escape, so I follow him with R4 and control with R5. He's down. I use my control skills to prevent any raise. I'm very low, so I go away from all these fields. I heal, activate elite to gain lots of buffs, then I attack again. Here I use a burn burst. I activate both primordial stuns to burn, but also fire aura and fire air skill 3 to apply more than 12 stack of burn, taking for 5k damage, thanks to elite condition damage buff. Then I heal with water and use elite to control. I keep DPS the 2 down. They are dead, and the Elementalist is very low, so I use Earth for teleport combo on him to control. He's down. Now I focus the dead eye. Sadly, I missed my heal rotation and died faster than expected. Hopefully the Elementalist is very low, so I DPS him to rally. Then I use all my evade skills to give me time to heal. After this, I can DPS the dead eye. He's very low, so I fully attune to air because full air is the best to purchase someone who is escaping. I use air for air sweep, who is dead. I'm going to comment a full PvP game from Ranked League as Sword Dagger River. As you can see before start and while moving, I'm swapping between water and air attunement to buff my team and to stack speed and regeneration boon. I'm going close because I know that enemy are going to cross to me, but I also could have gone far to contest it or made to help heal and buff my team. I thought there was only a mesmer, but in fact there are 3. I used stun bikes and water tours to evade, then I disengage because there are too many for me. Thief is following me. I use Earth 4 to control and fire air skill 3 to stack burn on him. I go away and use air 2 to teleport, then I'm using fire 5, he's dead. Now you have just to DPS a DoNotD and I teleport to close, to recap it. It's now a 2 versus 2. The Scourge is really low, so I should focus him, but I put the wrong target and instead attack the Spellbreaker. Scourge is nearly dead, but sadly my Mesmer is leaving, so I'm now 1 versus 2. I cannot easily DPS Scourge because of pressure, so I just have to survive. Tanking on 1 versus 2 is a good deal because this means that the enemy team is outnumbered somewhere else. The Scourge is leaving, there is no interest at all to stay duel on a node that is not mine, and that is not even neutral, if I am not able to win. And I cannot kill this good Spellbreaker. So I should leave to help my team somewhere else. But a teammate Thief is coming to me, so we should be able to kill the Spellbreaker. I'm using control skills, so my Thief should be able to DPS him in the meantime. Sadly 2 more people are coming, a Thief and a Mesmer. So we are now 2 versus 3. The Spellbreaker activated Elite and is now in 1 page. I am very low, so I need to dodge, heal and kite. I hide behind the pillar and use air 2 to come back on node, to put pressure. I'm using air 5 to bump, then fire 2 and 3 to DPS. And earth 2 to blast inside my fire field. I am linked to the Spellbreaker, so I must follow him or I'll be pulled to him. When the link is over, I come back to node. We are now 2 versus 1. I use Earth 4 to control, my Mesmer DPS, and the Spellbreaker is dead. The Chronomancer is coming, but is unable to tank outnumbered. I use Fire 2 to DPS, and he is quickly dead. Right after he used his skill 2 downstate to stealth and move, I use Air 5 to bump him outside of the node, so I'm able to cap point and to time kill him, so he will respawn later. We have to be very careful with time kill. Don't do it if an enemy is coming, because he might raise him. Then you would be 1 versus 2 and it would be a disaster. Also don't time kill a ranger, because his pet can raise him very fast. Now I got close, what should I do? Our team just ran mid and far, we are going to get the 3 cap. I just killed the Mesmer, so I expect him to respawn and to come to me, because his close is lost. So I stay near my node to check. He's coming and he saw me, so he's leaving to mid. When you know someone is coming, you also can hide, so the enemy will come to node and then discover it's not free and it's unable to decap, so he will lose time. Anyway, Mesmer is coming mid, so I follow him to help my team and to prevent my Mesmer at mid to be outnumbered, because he's already fighting the Necromancer. So I use my teleport to come faster at mid, then I use my Elite to convert my condition on my teammate condition into boon. I use Water 2 to evade and I put the Water Fields, then Earth 2 to blast and control, Fire 2 to leap on the place. I focus the Necromancer, who is the lower and the weakest. I use my Elite to control and I keep DPS the Necromancer. He is finally dead. and the other mesmer is leaving. My teammate is going far, so I have to cap the node. And now look carefully at the map. You can see that the enemy thief is leaving far. He will probably come mid from behind. And he is coming, but he did not even try to kill me and he left to go close. There are now 3 at our close, and our mesmer is dying close. It would be useless to come close. I should defend mid, because we already got far, we got 2 points. So it's okay. Here you can see that a lonely necromancer is coming. You can always duel someone on a node if it's yours to defend it, because you are still gaining point. But here the mesmer is already decapping me, so I use teleport to contest it. In addition, a war is coming. I'm now 1 versus 3 and I cannot defend this, so better leave. I use R4 to disengage. They are chasing me, so I use my evade skill to avoid their attack. But Spellbreaker is still at close. I use R2 to avoid his Great Sword attack from range. I use Water 2 to evade his dagger attack. I am now 1 versus 2. The other warrior seems weaker, so I focus him, but I need to kite, and it's very messy fight. I don't have the node, but there are 2 warriors, so if I'm able to tank, I should stay. So my team will be 4 versus 3 and should win. I focus the weaker warrior. A mistake that a lot of people do, myself included. If you don't have the node, you don't need to stand on it. You just have to stay near to threaten enough the enemy, so he feels he has to stay. But the second warrior is low, so I keep DPS him. I use Fire 2 and Fire Water 3 to DPS the warrior. He's down. Sadly, the Spellbreaker did a great job and controlled me to prevent me to stomp, so he's able to raise him. I'm using Elite on Earth 5 combo. The warrior is leaving, so I'm now dueling the Spellbreaker on his own node. I should have left here, because I'm losing my time. I won't decap it. The Spellbreaker is on rampage, and in addition, a thief is adding. I'm now 1 versus 2, and I'm dead. I respawn. The Spellbreaker is still here, so I cannot go close. Nearly all my team is already at mid and winning it, so there is no need to come there. I'm going far. The thief is following me, but there is no problem because I'm able to win onto decap versus a thief. I'm using control skill. My thief is also adding on the enemy warrior too. The enemy thief is down. I can decap the node and at the same time I precast Earth 5. When the node is decapped, I teleport to enemy to DPS them. The thief is dead. I'm now versus the war. My thief left, but my mesmer is coming. So we are 1 versus 2. And it will be a fast kill. He's down outside of the node, so I don't need to kill him fast to cap. My team is doing the beast. I stay on node because we only need 1 point to win. Here are my keybindings for Weaver. The most important things to note is that I'm using a MMO mouse. I'm using my thumb of my right hand to use weapon skills, on my thumb of my left hand to use utility skills on my keyboard. I use 1, 2, 3, 4 with my left hand to switch attunement.
Here are my settings. The most important things are to disable camera shake and camera teleportation, since it's very annoying. Always show skill recharge and show target health. Always disable use the mouse button to change direction. This will allow you to make a trick I explained in the tips for Elementalist part. About graphic settings, just 2 tips. First, in World vs World, put the character model limit on quality on medium, or your FPS will drop when there are huge ZX fightings. In addition, if you have problem with low FPS, you can disable post-processing, anti-aliasing and shadows, since they are very greedy. Finally, always play with in-game effect sound, listen carefully. Did you hear? It's the sound of a mesmer skill. Thanks to this sound I know there is a mesmer coming to recap. It can really help you. Thanks for watching. I would like to thank all people who contributed to this river guide. DoNotD, Illithex, MrOnewing, Drakorise, Omega, Furzen, and all my Discord community. This video was an insane amount of work. If you enjoyed it, feel free to share this video, to tell me or ask me anything in the comment section below. You also can subscribe or support me on Patreon if you enjoy my work, and want to encourage me. Link is in description. Thanks everyone, and spread the love of River on Guild Wars 2.